Greetings from Phuket, Thailand, and thank you very much for joining me on a little early morning walk here along one of my favorite beaches here in Phuket. But what I thought I'd do is kind of make a little bit of a theme and kind of share some travel that I did over in Laos. So my theme is how I traveled from Phuket, Thailand to Laos, and kind of give you a summary of what type of visa did I get, how did I get the visa, how to get it, and number two, what type of flight did I use. That really does help. You know, what is the cost, what type of hotels that I stayed in Vientiane, a little bit of my budget, how much I spent over there, what I allotted per day, and maybe a few of the sites I'll point out. And I thought this would help anybody out that is thinking of traveling to Laos in the future, and I definitely encourage it because Laos is such a beautiful country, and I highly recommend it for anybody to go visit. So that's kind of my little walking theme today, and hopefully it helps somebody out that has desire to go. So let's get on with my little walk. I'm kind of walking on the back side of it. This is just a little bit of a shot of the north side, and this is Kata Beach, by the way. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about is the visa. Obviously, you need that to get in country, and each country that you go to has a little bit different entry requirements and what you need to do, what you need to get. And I'm telling you right now, Laos is very easy to get into. Not complicated one bit. Oh, just by the way, the resort back here is the Club Med, which is a huge resort. Almost takes up the entire backside of this beach. Now, there's a couple different ways to get that visa. I did it by known as e-visa, and it's very easy to do, and I'll leave the link below on how to get that. The process is only about 4 steps, and all you need is a passport and some passport photos and a credit card, obviously, or a method of payment. And you go to that link, you fill out the information. It only takes probably about 15-20 minutes, and within a few days you're going to get a authorization letter from Laos, and there'll be a barcode on the bottom. And when you get to the airport, and I flew into Vientiane, which is the capital, you will go to the desk that says e-visa, present your passport, obviously your boarding card that you have to fill out, which is very simple, and there's no fees to pay because you've paid everything up front, and very streamlined method of doing it. Now, you can also get the visa upon arrival, but it takes much longer, I guarantee it, because when I was in line to get my e-visa stamped and checked, it was quick, and there's people just waiting and waiting to get through. The cost for the e-visa, $35 plus $15 and some tax, rounded out $50 US dollars to get that visa, which is just for a 30-day tourist visa. There's different types, and that's the one that I went for, obviously. Now, the next thing I'd like to bring up is flights. Now, obviously, that's the theme of this video, is I flew from Phuket, Thailand to Laos, and what did I use? There's different ways to get into Laos. You can get there by train, by bus, taxi, minivan, airline, and I'm using the airline, obviously. And the airline that I did use, and there's various airlines that do go in there, is Air Asia, and I've been using them for quite a few flights for many different regions here in Southeast Asia, and I find them to be the most streamlined, effective, and easy to use. I also have the app, which is, I highly recommend to get that app if you do use them. And the cost is fairly inexpensive to go from Phuket to Laos. Round trip total was about $325, which is fairly cheap coming here from Phuket. Now, one thing I highly recommend, all right, if you're flying from Phuket, is they have this thing known as the fly-through, which it makes it very convenient. So you clear your customs immigration passport stamp right there in Phuket, and they put a little sticker on you called fly-through. So that means you don't have to get that taken care of in Bangkok, which can be a little bit stressful at times. Now, the next thing I'd like to bring up is hotels that I stayed at. And I also have a video on each one of them that I stayed at. And I do that for my own thing. It's not for any type of promotional purpose. Believe me, I just do it for my own journal. And anybody that interested in knowing what that hotel was like. Now, the reason why I booked 3 hotels, and that's how many I booked, is I wanted different locations throughout my time there, and I spent just a little over 2 weeks. Here is the official sign of this beach. Just love it. The next thing I'd like to bring up is budget-wise. How much did I spend per day, and how much did I allot myself? And I did make a video on that, on kind of a summary, but I'll just sum it up right here. Now, my budget, and this works for me, is $100 per day. And most of the time, I look at lodging anywhere from $65 per day. I try not to go over that. That's pretty comfortable for me. It works. Yes, you can get much cheaper, believe me. So the last thing I'd like to bring up is what type of sights did I see while I was over there in Vientiane. And yes, I spent most of my time, in fact all of it there, in and around the city. And the farthest I actually went was maybe Buddha Park, which is about 40 minutes outside of the city. But there is a lot to see, and I think I saw just about everything there is. Oh, by the way, this is just a little park which is right behind the beach here on the southern end, and it's really cute. I come down here sometimes, bring my bands, and do a workout right down here. But I think I saw everything there is to see as far as temples and monuments that were listed as far as top sites in that particular city. Now, obviously there's a lot more to see in Laos, and I plan on going back many more times to explore deeper inside the country. But I covered Vientiane pretty good. If you want to see some of those sites, I do have them, some on foot, and also during my tours around, and you can see that in other videos. I made my way back up here to around Center Beach to kind of wrap up this video. And in summary on what I covered the visa process, how much it costs. I covered the flights, which airline did I use, some of the hotels that I stayed in, which is only 3 of them, and there's also all hotels that I stayed in have videos to each one. a little bit of the budget. That way you have an idea what I spent per day. And a few of the sites that I saw and what I did there in Vientiane, Laos. And I hope this helps out anybody that desires to travel to Laos, and I highly recommend it. It is a very, very beautiful country, and I hope to go there many more times and explore some of the outer regions of Laos. There was a lot to see. I only saw just a small area of it, and I'm really looking forward to my future travels over there. And if anybody has any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll definitely answer them. Or any other type question on my videos, feel free. And this is just the lasting shot of this beautiful beach on my early morning walk here in Phuket, Thailand. And I hope to see you in my next video. So, see ya.